Hello, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome in, guys. When you pop on, feel free to say hello. Let me know that you're here. How is everybody doing? How's your day? How's your afternoon? We have a beautiful weather here in Ohio. I'm just going to pull you guys up over here. I don't know if you guys are getting the same weather. It is supposed to be gorgeous for the next few days, apparently. And then we're going to get chilly, but then I think we're right on where we're warming up. Hi, Karen. How are you? Welcome in. Hi, Glorious. How are you? Glad to have you, ladies. We're going to work on a couple different eggs. Hopefully you're not sick of the eggs. We're probably going to do a few more, and then we'll probably be pretty much close to done with them, I would say. Hi, Elaine. Hello, Helena. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sandra. Welcome in. Let me get you shared out. I think we are good. There we go. Hello, Rachel. Is it beautiful in Indiana? Yeah. Hi, Elaine. I know. I'll message you back. Thank you, Elaine. Hi, Jeanette. Hey, Joanne. How are you, ladies? So we're gonna play with this one. I already prepped it and it's super, super cute, but I do want to make another one. So we're gonna sit here and paint the next one, but I'm gonna show you once I get a few more of you on here. I'll show you what I've already kind of started. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Lori. Hi, Lydia. You're doing eggs today, Sandra. How are you feeling, Miss Lynn? It's beautiful here in South Louisiana, 76. Oh, no, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you for the stars. Hey, Trish. I appreciate those very much. I need chapstick, y'all. My lips are on fire. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Karen. Helena. How's everybody doing? Hi, Becky. Not sick of the eggs. Okay, good. Hi, Barbara. I know it's not Easter yet, but at some point you guys are going to be like, drop the eggs. Enough is enough. Hi, Carol. You guys are going to be like, no more, no more. At least with the bottles, they're always different shapes, different sizes, different yada, yada, yada. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Hey, Trees. How are you doing? I don't know. Why do you get chapped lips like now? It's, you know, the brink of summer and they're on fire. Fire. I'm feeling pretty good today. The sunshine makes me want to dig in the dirt. Yeah, I haven't gotten that feeling yet, Lynn. I did for like a split second, then I went, nope, I'm not going out there. Oh, Donna, you're so sweet. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hi, Linda. Hey, Donna Sue. How are you doing? How is everybody? Are you guys happy the sun is out shining? Hi, Charlotte. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. They worked inside my heart. Oh, it sleeps. So I'm only... Oh, Charlotte, I hope you get better really soon. That is so crazy that you popped on because I was like, I have not seen her. So I'm glad you popped on today. I did not finish the fairy. No, I think we're going to finish the fairy in the next couple days. I'm not 100% decided on what I want to do with the fairy. And if I'm not 100% decided, I can't work on her because there's a big part of me wants to put the paper on the back. And I think that's what I might end up doing. Oh, thank you, Miss Terry. Hi, Deborah. So as soon as I decide what we're going to do with the fairy, then we'll finish it. But I'm starting on in using some different papers today. So I prepped an egg. Charlotte, please keep me updated on how you are doing. Pretty, please. Even if you just private message me. Thank you, Cheryl. So I used, where did I put the paper? Oh my word. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen her in a few days. So I'm glad to at least get an update. So we did the spring bunnies, right? I used 2 of the bunnies on this, and look at, there's still 4 of them. They're so cute. I love how soft the colors are and how pretty. So I wanted to play off of this. And then we used the frame mold. Why did I knew it yesterday. Antique frames. So I used this one. Remember I said this would be perfect Hi, Kathy. This would be perfect for these eggs, right? Are y'all ready? I had to do this. I had to prep this ahead of time. We're going to paint it and we're going to finish it together. But y'all, look how stinking cute this turned out. I cannot. So I'll show you what I did. So there's the little bunny on her back with her belly showing, right? So this is one of the antique frames. And what I did, what I love about this is I was playing with this. And so as oval as that looks, because of how thin this is, you can actually manipulate it to become as wide or as tall and skinny as you want it to be. But look how stinking cute those bunnies are in there. So then what I did was, see the top of this frame? So I cut this off right here. So I took the clay and I molded it all the way down to the edges, right? And then I cut it from here and here, and I cut the clay, and I used that on the sides. Remember I told you guys, think outside the box when you're using your molds. So I attached that piece here, and I just met the edges of the frame from the front. Does that make sense? Hi, Roxanne. How are you? Hi, Debbie. And then I took the bottom of the frame, which was right here, and I cut it like so, and I just shortened this, and that's how I did the bottom. See what I mean? Like we just kind of cut it apart. So I used the whole mold frame, but I cut it up and I made like top, bottom. I kind of stretched that frame so it would fit. Thank you, Glorious. Hi, Miss Kim, how are you? So I stretched the frame so it would fit that bunny, right? Because these were a little wider and I really, really, really wanted all the florals that they were playing in. And then I just cut parts of the mold for the top and the bottom so that it would all join all the way around, if that makes sense. So I might have something we're going to put just in here, but I say it all the time. So just stare at your molds, and if you know you want something like at the top or on the sides or whichever, thank you, Joanne. So again, just take your mold. Like this was perfect. I could have cut it off right there. So imagine just using this part of the picture frame. You don't have to use the whole frame. You can use pieces and parts. Like this could be corners into like a small frame that you wanted to use. Same thing down there. So like I said, I cut it here and here, and then I took it out and I cut it here and here. I had to make the bottom shorter. So pick apart your molds and imagine different ways to use them. So again, this was the Antique Frames mold, and you can find this on under my Craft and Chaos link, along with this adorable, this is the Spring Bunnies paper. These are both from the new release yesterday, but it just came together absolutely beautifully. And this is one of the eggs from Walmart. So they were $1.98, and I did not paint it. I did nothing special to it. I left it as it was. So, and we just put clay all around it. So the next one, we're going to paint that. So I did put like an ivory paint onto the clay itself. However, I have one of these. This is one of those Dollar Tree plastic ones. We're going to actually glue this sucker together because we're going to use one of the other molds. Isn't it? It is such a beautiful paper. And I think we're using, I don't know. Which one do we use? I don't know what to use. I think maybe this bunny. Should we use this bunny? Or do we use the little chickie? I'm not sure which one. It's got to be like, oh, I don't know. We'll play with it. So this one is the Spring Animals, and it's got all these beautiful, and then it's got a couple florals that you can use as well. Isn't it so cute? I love it. So I'm just going to use some B7000 on this, and we're just going to glue the sides, but then I'm going to use the mold, the bunny. You guys like the bunny. I knew you would pick the bunny. And this is the Chic Borders. And I think we're going to use, I don't know if we're going to use this one or this one, and we're going to place it around the egg. You guys like the bunny, the chickie, the bunny. I kind of had a feeling you guys would want the bunny. So we're going to glue this. I just used B7000. Guys, you can get these at Dollar Tree. They're clear on one side and then either a hot pink or a purple or a blue, or I don't know what other colors they have. And I primed them. I did put one layer of paint. We're going to put another layer of paint. So I did spray prime them. They are very, very slick. So you know your slick surfaces, you definitely want to prime your piece. Especially on these, because I'll tell you what, the paint, yeah, that paint wants to slide right off these suckers. So I just put some B7000 in there, and whether we end up putting, like you guys have seen me do the bling trim around them, but this time we're going to use the clay, and we're just going to put the mold, the clay around it. And we're going to use one of those papers, and then we'll get this one all prepped, and then we'll mix it up and do the chick. Yeah, it's got to be one of the taller ones that I did. We could possibly do the chick because we're going to use the frame as well. So what I'm thinking is, all right, let's get the rest of the paint on here. The lamb with flowers on the other side. So the other side isn't going to have one. This is what the back of these look like. They're flat. We're just going to leave the back plain, and we're just going to decorate the whole front. The lamb won't work because it's wider, so I need something a little bit taller. So it would have to be the bunny or the chick. Only because we're going to use a frame on this as well. We're going to use that bigger frame on the front of this. So all I did was take some white and like an ivory color, and I just put like a drop of the ivory in there just to tone down the white a little bit. Not too much, because that paper is very, it does have a pretty white background on it. Thank you, Miss Sue. And Miss Sue is putting in links so you can find it. These papers, they are available right now. You're not going to find them on TH Decor because they are only available to retailers for the first week. So retailers do get the exclusive the first week to carry the new molds, the new papers, and then the 3 beautiful stencils. Hello, Deb Kraus. How are you? I'm excited to get that one done because I finally got the wax paste, the chameleon wax paste in violet. You guys, look at that. I just got this in, and I'm thinking, so Sybil, Sue just put the link in for you. So it's Craft and Chaos under my link tree. But it's got those purples in there, and I was like, ooh, I'm thinking possibly the chameleon white gold and that violet. And we're going to kind of play off of those colors. Hi, Tina. I'll show you all the molds if you want to see them, if you guys didn't see them yesterday. Hi, Danica. These are just the 2 I'm using today. Thank you, Sue. I just pinned it down below underneath the comment section. So you can find the link right there. So I did do 2 lives yesterday with a couple bottles. One we did not finish yet. I'm not 100% decided on it. So y'all know where my brain goes with that. I use Jovi, Jovi. That is my like go-to clay. I'm gonna get this paint dried. You gotta be careful. These are plastic eggs, so. Hello, Deborah. You're very welcome, Sybil. And I like these. I'll show you why I like using these. Because they just kind of like sit there. They're perfect. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? So this is the mold. We're going to put the bigger frame on here today, I think. Oh boy, I hope so. It should fit. We can widen it out. If not, we'll just use the paper and then we'll use the border. And we can actually play with, I'll show you what I did, and we can play with Hi Connie, and we can tear apart the mold. We could absolutely do that. And then, guys, the crowns, I can't, you guys saw these, right? See that beautiful crown? And then this piece. You guys probably can already guess what I'm going to use that one on. And then the fairies, if you were just watching Terry, we have the beautiful fairies. Or fairy and the dragonflies. I love this one. And then the toadstool house, which is so stinking cute. Which is this one. I gotta think of something to go outside using that one, I think. Maybe we'll do like a clay pot or something with that. No, there's none in there, Trish. No, ma'am. It's all good. I'm good. All right, so let's decide what we're gonna do here. I have a feeling this frame, that frame's gonna be too big, so we're not gonna use the frame, I don't think. I think we're just gonna decoupage the front of this. We may use like the top and the bottom of that. I might build something. So if we don't use the frame, we can use the chick. Let's go with the chick. Do you get it on Amazon? Do I get what on Amazon, Gail? Hi, Michelle. How are you? I'm not sure what you're asking, what I get on Amazon. I'm going to cut this out. And then we'll kind of like go from there and water tear or tear the paper and do what we need to do. Let's kind of see what fits where on this egg and we'll go from there. So again, this one is called Spring Animals. And you know what I love about them? Look at their eyes. Can you see their eyes? They have these sweetest eyes. All of them. I love them. Even the chick. How stinking cute. She's all glued down now. I love, love, love your project. Love it. Just let me know what you're looking for, that you're wanting to know what I got, Gail, because I'm not sure. So the molds I got from Craft and Chaos. They're decoupage queen molds. And then same thing with the papers. You'll find those up there. This came from Dollar Tree. So we are going to have to tear on this one. Or the Jovi clay you can also get on Craft and Chaos if you're asking about that. So I'm just going to tear this paper kind of into a circle. That might have been what you were asking me for. Sorry, I'm trying to work through what we were talking about. Hi, Alwanda. How are you? Hello, Linda. The Jovi clay comes from TH Decor, but you can find that on my Craft and Chaos link pinned below. I know, that's what made me second guess, do I want to use the Harlequin? So I was like, I want to use the Harlequin on the back of that bottle. I'm just going to have to suck it up and order some of those Harlequins. The clay is in your store, yes. And here's the thing. I just got Jovi Clay in. Hi, Judy. I wanted to show you guys. Where the heck did I put it? So they have like little packages of it if you want to try it. It's like a half-pound package. Lord knows where I put the new one. So if you want to try it and you don't want like the big one, you can order a small one. And it'll still give you several projects, but that way you're not, you know, stuck with the big 1 or 2 pound, which I always order the 2 pound because I just love clay. So I'm just tearing all the way around because I don't want that clean cut. I don't want that like clean edge. I kind of just cut it out so I could get it out of that paper without tearing it anything else. I ended up getting one of the really big gigantic eggs like this, and I realized last minute I already primed it. I did all the things and it doesn't stand up. It just lays, you have to glue it to something. It just lays flat. It has the flat back, but it doesn't stand up. Like this one has the bottom that it'll just stand up for you. And that big one from Dollar Tree doesn't do it. So if you want the gigantic, and it's probably about this tall, and it comes up like so. So I was super bummed. I'm like, well, it's an awfully big egg for it not to be standing up and for me to try to find a candlestick to stick it on. So, all right, I'll have a better idea of what size I need this to be. And this one won't get finished. We're going to have to wait for the clay to dry. But I want to get everything down, and then we'll work on this one over here, painting it and doing whatever it is we need to do to it. And I love that you put that chameleon varnish on that fairy. So pretty. That's what I was trying to figure out, like what to kind of make the front of my bottle almost glow with her on there. And I just, without taking away from her. Okay, so we're going to have to do a lot of tearing around this, which is fine. So this is going to be the chick. So obviously it's a rounded surface. So we're just going to make our tears as we lay her down, if that makes sense. So I personally, hi Cindy, personally I like to kind of get the middle decoupaged on and then sort of tear around. You can make your tears ahead of time, which, you know what, I might just do. I'm just going to take a little more off the outside of this. And we might end up fine lining around this. Who knows? We'll decide what we're going to do once we get moving with the clay. We can build a frame. We can put something above it, something below it. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you? Alrighty. So I'm going to do a few tears just to start. I'm going to kind of come in between the florals here and come almost up to the chick itself. And don't panic doing this. It will lay down, it'll all meet, and it'll be all fine. I used to get so scared doing this. I remember Terry just be like, just tear it. And I would go, no. I do have a water brush, but so I don't always like to use the water brush, or I just use water on a paintbrush, whichever. But yes, I do that. but I like to just tear at it. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like I'm uneven somehow. All right, so I'm going to use my decoupage. I don't want to use this one. This is a Silky Shine. I'm going to grab my mat. I guess it really doesn't matter, but I want to use my mat. So I'm going to use my decoupage varnishing glue in matte. And I'm just going to lay some down the middle. Maybe we'll fine line it. Maybe we'll soft touch it. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet. I'm just going to use my little felt side of my squeegee. God, I got product all over that. I guess I'll have to use it. And then once that center is down, you're going to see where you need, how far you need to tear down. Because rounded, you're going to get all the wrinkles. It's going to wrinkle on you. It's not going to lay, you know, unless you're laying it flat. So we're just going to tear a little bit deeper. Again, you saw I only just kind of positioned it in the center. Don't let this scare you. This must be a new thing for Ziva. Can you guys hear her running around? She did this to me yesterday. I go live, she decides to get ornery in the kitchen, apparently. I don't know, must be a new thing. I've noticed it's becoming a pattern. And I just kind of come underneath. And we're gonna work on our first piece at the bottom, I think. And I may have to make a few more tears. Thank you, Doris. So did you guys, anybody get outside, do anything? Go for a walk with your puppies or just by yourself? Do anything in this weather? Are you guys just all, she's having a party all by herself in there or something. I'm not quite sure what she thinks she's doing, but she's definitely having a party all by herself. So what I'm trying to do is just avoid any wrinkles here. So I go a little bit at a time. I know I'm not the fastest at this. Just lay down and I go a little section at a time. We're going to come up underneath down here. And I take it about halfway through the other torn piece in case I need to grab on the side and tear a little farther. Organizing crafts, y'all. I need y'all over here organizing my crafts. I got like so many projects going on in my head and they're laying everywhere and I'm like, oh, send help. When you got to try to maneuver your way into your craft room, you know that you have a problem, right? Thank you, Mary Lou. I went for a walk today. It was so sunny. I kind of want to take Ziva for a walk. Not going to lie. But I know she's like, she's just a ball of energy right now because we really haven't gone out. And she's all rolling around in the backyard. And I think I said this yesterday. I need to take her out front and just let her roll in the grass, I think. She's itching to get out there too. Probably why she's dancing around in the kitchen. I wouldn't mind if the backyard wasn't muddy, but. So we're just doing section by section so that we don't have any wrinkles, because we did all these tears, right? We want to make sure that I don't have wrinkles. So I'm just using my squeegee and letting it kind of move the product down the paper. Hello, Joy. How are you? And I can see here that we got to tear a little bit further because we're going to wrinkle. So I'm going to go just, remember I said I only came halfway through with the product in case we had to tear a little further in here, which we did. So just take your time and do a little section. That way you can come in under with your brush. There she goes. Oh, she wanted her water dish. You can probably hear her drinking. She drinks like a, I don't know what, like a little horse. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Just gonna lay this down. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? I hope all is good. Haven't seen you in a second. I get nervous when I don't see somebody. I just want to know you're okay. I'm gonna go a little bit further. We're almost there. We're a little past halfway. And we can do our mold. It almost reminds me of like when Otis would want all the attention while I was live. If you guys remember those days. How could you forget, right? I'm going to do one more tear right there. Just because I see a wrinkle wanting or trying. There we go. You'll see it and you'll feel it. Just don't be scared to put another tear in there. It'll be fine. All is good. Just been busy. Son got married. And, you know, just life. I get it. I get it, Jennifer. Congratulations to your son. How exciting is that? I always say, I get it. We all have lives. We all busy. And coming up on, you know, the nice weather. Everybody wanting to get out and all the fun things. So I 100% get it. My daughter called, was late. Good evening. Hi, Laura. This one is one of the Dollar Tree ones, yes. And then I have one that we're going to finish together there. That was one of the Walmart ones. Or the Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Hobby Lobby too. They're a little bit smaller at Hobby Lobby, and I think they're like $1 more. When you consider the sale at Hobby Lobby, like they're maybe $1 more at Hobby Lobby. I think it just depends on which one you like the most. I like the ribbon on the one at Hobby Lobby, and it's a little bit smaller. So if you're more comfortable with your egg being a little bigger, I would go with the Walmart one. Or it's really not that much of a difference in price once they're 40% off. So I think it just depends on which store would be closer to you at that point. If that makes sense. Hello, Rachel. All right, on the last piece here, the last section, I would say. And like I said, I tend to go a little slow, especially this is so curved. It's such a big piece. And here's the thing, there's a couple little wrinkles, but if we're gonna fine line this, you're not really gonna, and actually it might be total, nope, they went away. Spoke too soon. So for those of you that didn't get a chance to see it, who got to go back and see the new spring release? There's a lot of decoupage medium there. My Walmart is out of them already, and not, really? I wonder if I should get a couple more. I have a few here. I saw that, I mean, some people, their Hobby Lobby didn't get them in, so I don't know what that deal is, because they've had them forever now, the last few years that I know of. So hopefully it's not that they're going to stop carrying it. Probably like to get a couple more. I gotta see how many I have left. I think I have like 4 or 5 left. All right, we are down. All right, so I'm going to seal it with my decoupage varnish and glue as well. I'm gonna say I probably have a little wrinkle here, and there's one there, but like I said, it's a Fabergé egg. It's not gonna be 100% perfect, but where we did those tears, the fibers kind of blend in perfectly. That one might not be as perfect, but that little chickie is so stinking cute. Whatever we decide to do to it, I don't think you're going to see too much of that anyway. Look how cute he is on there. I love him. Eggs, eggs, and more eggs. I know. I know. Like I said, you guys might start getting sick of seeing them, but... Alrighty. I just have so many ideas. And then I have a couple new things I want to try. So that I'll be doing kind of on my own to play with first and see how it goes. Hi, Christina. Hey, Rula. How are you? And again, as soon as I get the molds on this one, we're going to finish this one. Just look how stinking cute it is. That bunny is, I can't. It looks like it's, doesn't even look like it's laying in flowers. It looks like he's laying on a little couch. It's so cute. They are so cute. I just think Easter is just a cute time of year for all like the little baby fuzzy animals and bunnies and all those things. I believe I've had for a while now, maybe, Terry. You need that paper? Which one? With the little bunnies? That one's called Spring Bunnies, like with the purple. It's called Spring Bunnies, and this one is called Spring Animals. You love eggs, Debbie? I do too. They're cute. Like, eggs and pumpkins are probably my favorite. You love it just the way it is. We're gonna add a little bit of color, and I don't know. I love the simplicity of it, but we're gonna bring out some violet and so forth. Thank you, Roxanne. And little chicks too, yeah. Look how cute. Just the way that is. That is adorable. All right, so your son called you Sybil? That's all right. I would jump, well, I would probably run if my son called too, just saying. All right, so we're just gonna grab some clay and I'm gonna make some rope molds. And I'm gonna use my express glue. I need her to message me about her order. Okay, so there's Alwanda, if you are in here, I just did 2 eggs yesterday and 1 today. Diana, post them on my VIP page. Miss Terry, Alwanda, if you are in here, Miss Terry does need you to message her. Words right out of my mouth. I agree, that is adorable. It is so cute. Which one do I want to use? Let's not go big. Let's go little. The Chicky, Danica, or the... Oh, they're both cute. I'm going to get clay all over my hands. All right. So I love this mold because I said it yesterday, like this is kind of like it's got the little leaves on it, like it's garden themed. You guys know I love ornate, and then it's got the little rope molds that everybody's always looking for, right? So I love this mold. Actually, I was talking to a friend today and we were talking about it today. I loved this mold because there's a little bit of everything in it for whatever style projects you're wanting to do. So if you want something super simple or you want something super fancy, this one definitely has some of both, right? So I like this a lot. Yes, I love them both, but I was talking about the Chicky, yes. All right, so I'm gonna need probably at least 2, if not 2.5 of these. So I just kind of roll it out. I guess we'll pick it up and see where we land with this. So I'm gonna kind of drop this in my lap. Don't break. I'm gonna need a little over 2, I think. Just, oh, the tiniest bit over. Let me slide this over. Okay, stop. Because when it sits, I don't want it to sit on that clay. So we might get away with just 2. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the lid off. So I love this glue. This is the Pen Art Express glue. If you're looking for a great glue that will work super fast, that kind of gives you that pinpoint of where you need it, this is what I like to use. So yes, you could put it on the back of the clay, but I trying to hold, I gotta hold in my lap to keep still. I'm sorry, guys. Just for this part. Okay. Now that I have that part glued on, we can go to the rest. Trying not to squish it. We're just going to make sure that it's down. I see glue coming out both sides, so I know the glue has kind of taken hold there. I'm going to grab my little there. What? What did I miss? Oh, man. Well, my whole Facebook just went blank. Y'all give me a second. I don't know, I missed something. My whole screen just went blank. So if I missed something, y'all, I'm sorry. So I'm just taking the excess glue out. But that's what our little mold looks like. Whoa, that look crooked, or am I crazy? Look at me trying to fix it in the camera. Okay. We're gonna set that down, and then we're going to do another one. And I keep this baby wipe, wet baby wipe, damp baby wipe with the clay. This is gonna be a lot of clay. Hi, Tina. Hello, Miss Phyllis. How are you? Which one did I use? I used this one. And then I just take my palette knife, and if you look at the molds, yes, it'll air dry. Yes, Gail. I just hold it right here on that ledge. I kind of come down in the middle, and then I go across. For me, I find I like these little skinny palette knives, and I just keep my palette knife level and just come across. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Everybody's a little bit different. You might like a different tool. I don't know. That's just how it works for me. And the molds now are so easy to use because they have that as a nice flat area as a guide, if that makes sense. Make sure that's nice nice and tight in there. Where'd you take them out for dinner? Did you have fun? And then I just roll it until it pops out. Oh, man down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little glue and I'm going to come right up to the butt of that rope. And I'm going to come down the line here and get this started. So we B7000 this together, right? So it's already got the B7000 on there, and now it's going to have that mold on there. So it should not open up and go anywhere. Hi, Kathy. I make it look easy. I don't know about all that. I think the worst part is you get that all over your hands. And yes, I know I could wear gloves, but me and gloves don't get along. They wanted to go to Burger King so they could play. Oh, in their little play area. Yeah, I remember those days with the kids and the little ones. All right, let's see if I can do it with it up here. My handle, let me. It's not gonna. Okay, sorry, y'all. Once I have it in place, I can come back up. Posted the eggs I made, definitely. Oh, I'm sure they're beautiful. Are we not like our own worst critics? I always say that. Do you know how many things I make and I'm like, I don't know if I like that. Well, that didn't work out in my favor. This is just like a little itty bitty baby Q-tip. You can use a Q-tip. I don't know. I got these on clearance, I think, for like 25 cents or something at Hobby Lobby forever ago. And they've just been sitting here. And I'm like, why am I not using them for this specific reason? So now we want this to dry, right? So we kind of have like so. So what I did, let's see if it'll kind of come out the same. So I use the top of that frame mold to make this piece right there. So I'm wondering if I could do the same thing. They're exactly glorious. But it probably won't, because I made that meat. What did I do with it? It's gonna be too big. I may have to play and look for another mold, because what I want to do is I want to take and kind of come off of this rope and put a piece right, clay everywhere, put a piece right up here, like an accent piece. Does that make sense? And maybe do something coming down here, like frame it out just a little bit and give it some more like ornate detail. I don't know. I'll have to go through my molds and see what I can find. I don't think I have anything out here. It would require me digging. I don't. Let's see. Hold on. We might have something. Hold on. Let me look at the new DQ molds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not the crowns. I'm kind of looking at these leaves. See how we have the leaves right there? It's so cute. If we came this way, or wait, if we came up around that way, and then up around that way, and if I brought these two up, or even took those to the side, let's try something real quick. So this one is the toadstool house, but I'm looking at the leaves. Or the flowers. Let's play with it. Hi, Nina. Hi, Mary. We'll play with it and see what happens. Hey, Teresa. I had 2 Teresas coming in. Hi, Debbie. Let's see what happens. Who says you can't use, you know, how many different molds on one project? Said nobody ever. Oh my gosh, I just totally didn't. Well, here, I just want to see if this is going to work. So this didn't come out so well because Nicole didn't put anything in that mold, but I'm actually surprised it came out. I attached this like, no. So this would be pretty up here. And then I did one like side by side. I don't know. I'll play with this because I kind of want to put something up top. And this one kind of came out wonky, y'all. So just ignore it. Because what did I not do? Although I'm quite impressed at how that clay came out of that mold. I'm not going to lie. So like we could put the florals up there. I put one on either side. Does that make sense? Hi, Kim. I was telling you about the egg I made with clear front and scenery on the empty tomb, the 3 crosses. A line of pearls where the seam was, and then I put another line of pearls around the chick, and they put little flowers in between the 2 lines. Oh, fun. All right, so I'll have to play with this. We'll come up with, I'm thinking I like those florals, but I'll do that when we hop off of here. But let's paint this other one because I kind of want to get her done. All right. So we're going to just set this aside because I'm going to be playing with that later. But that's what we got so far. And like I said, I want to kind of fill in here and then do something maybe coming this way and coming this way that meets in the middle. Does that make sense? So for this one, let me get some of this clay off of my hand and all that fun stuff. Hi, Cheryl. So I'm not getting it all over this one. Ugh. Okay. Clay everywhere. Alrighty. So this is what we got. And what I'm thinking is, what if we go in with antiquing gel, just a little bit, like super, super light with it. And then we'll come in with our white gold and our violet. I'm so excited to use this. I'm sure Terry has used this a million times. I have not used it. I just got it in. So let me grab my white gold. We're not going to fine line this. I have I'm hoping I have two of them in here, but right in here, I think Kim Markellos sent me these, but see that little light purple right in there? That would probably match this. We may put that in the window here. I'm not 100% sure. So again, this was made with the frames mold. And then this is the medium frame, right? That you kind of find right there. And then if you turn it around, that top piece and that bottom piece is the top of this frame cut this way and the bottom of the frame cut this way. So that's how we did this one. Where is my bottle holder? This clay is all dry. We're going to stick this in here. And I already painted it with the creamy acrylic in the cream white. So those of you that got, not this month's, but last month's Crater box, you got those. You have that color in there, but that is also a Pen Art color. So I did do all the clay in that color. And then, yes, some of you have used this. I've never used it. So I'm thinking a light coat of the antiquing gel. And I just want to bring out a little bit of the detail in that mold. We're not going to use a ton of it. If I can find a brush. Thank you. This one will work. So I'm going to grab my antiquing gel in Umbra. We're going to water the heck of this down, Will there be any more Crater boxes sold out when I knew? Yeah, we'll be doing them every month. So I'll have another one next month. The egg was already speckled. So they come already speckled. And you saw me speckle the one last week with the gold. Even though it was already speckled, I wanted to bring the gold into it, right? So you can still speckle it with another color if you want. Like I said, I want this super light. No, Diana, there are no more for this month. No, once they're sold out, they're sold out. But we'll be making new ones for next month. So I'm just going to come in with this. And I'm going to do little sections at a time. And I'm going to take a very damp baby wipe. And I'm going to wipe it back. And you can see that brush is pretty wet. So I don't want like a huge heavy deposit. I just want to darken it up a little bit. Bring out some of the this is a horrible brush, y'all. That brush just go bye-bye. I need a fluffier brush. Oh, so much better. It's like, why am I having so many problems? Couldn't get down in there. I couldn't nothing. we're just putting on and wiping back, because I want to use the white gold and the violet. So we're just kind of, you can tell like it's white, and we're just kind of putting a little bit of that antiquing gel in there. And come along around all the edges. Get it down into that ornate detail. Now, typically you see me use this a lot heavier, but I kind of like the lightness of this, so we're going to keep that look to this. I just don't want it so super bright. Okay, can we see a little better? Just kind of like dirtying the frame up a little bit. I know that's not a great way to describe it, but that's kind of basically what we're doing. That's our goal anyway. Has anybody started cooking out yet? Like, who fired up a grill? I know I talked to a couple people. They said they were already grilling out. I walked outside yesterday to take my trash out to the corner, and I could smell like somebody had a backyard fire going. I don't know if they were cooking out or not. I didn't really smell any food. I just could smell the fires. I was like, the neighbors already have a fire going. Kids are outside playing. So that's just kind of what we're doing. We're going all the way around. All right, coming up around the top. Son fired up the grill last night and cooked us steaks. Already. Pretty warm where you're at. All right, just wiping back, y'all. I'm kind of in my zone at the moment, sorry. Our spring break has started here, part of Orlando. We are grilling tonight at 75. Yeah, we're supposed to get, I heard some people were supposed to get some storms. I don't know what we're getting. I know we're supposed to have rain like Saturday and Sunday. And then I know it's supposed to hit like 70 at some point this week. So I don't know if that's when like I haven't seen anything for us as far as storms. I see rain, but I don't know. I'm just trying to cover anything that's like super bright white. Okay, and I think we are golden. It was 70 in Syracuse. Really? Saturday and Sunday are going to be really bad storms. Oh, hey Marilyn, how are you? Okay, so we just kind of aged those frames up a little bit. I like that. So I'm gonna just take my heat tool to it a little bit, and then we're gonna come in with our wax paste because I want to brighten that. We had a tornado go through North Orlando. Oh, no. I'm not ready for all that. That can stay elsewhere. No, thank you. No tornadoes. Hi, Miss Edie. How are you? Did I miss you coming in? I'm so sorry. Or maybe I don't remember saying hello. Good to see you too, Miss Marilyn. Oh, I used to drive through Syracuse all the time on my way to Vermont. I say it all the time, like, holy snow. That's all I got to say is holy snow. Okay, so I'm going to pull out 2 fluffy brushes and we're going to use our waxes. And I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to start out with the white gold. So I haven't used that purple one yet. This is, so the Wax Paste Chameleon Violet. Did I give myself a thumbs down? Can you do that? Am I crazy? Did that show upside down? How do you, what? What? But I'm going to go in first with my Chameleon White Gold. And we're going to see how that works. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Mary Felix. How are you? And what this does is it gives it kind of like a shimmer. I don't know. We'll see if the white gold even shows up. I can see it. I don't know that the camera will catch it. I didn't even know you could give yourself a thumbs down. Like, I knew you could do like the thumbs up. And it's only when I'm not trying do I get it. It's never when I'm trying. Never when I'm trying. I don't know why. This brush has seen better days too. Y'all, my brushes, they need help. It was upside down. That is so weird. So we're going to go in with the white gold, and we're going to come in with that violet, and I'm hoping that violet pops out a lot. Because I thought about fine lining it, and putting the violet in the fine line and thought, oh my God, that would be so pretty, right? But I have not done that with that color yet, so I wasn't 100% sure. I'll have to play with it. So this does give it like a beautiful shimmer. Let me get it all on one side and then I'll show you. And then see what that violet will do. I can feel this brush is about to come apart and Terry's gonna go, uh-huh. I'm holding it down. I'll have to watch replay. Yes, we used the frames mold, and I actually did the frames mold. I used parts of the bigger one, and I used the middle size frame to hold those bunnies, and then pieces and parts of the other one to give the side the look that I gave it. I'm coming up along the sides of the mold as well. Just like we did with the antiquing gel. Kind of turn your pieces around. See if I can show you that. So see if you see the shimmer of the white gold. Oh yeah, you can see that. So we're gonna come in with, guys, this color is so pretty. This is violet. Look at it in the container. See, I haven't even used it yet. I'm gonna go in with the violet. I wanna, can we use it as eyeshadow? Because look at it. That's so pretty. Hi Sharon, how are you? Oh, it just gives like a soft, literally a violet color. That is so pretty. Let me, I know, right? I'm gonna use that as eyeshadow. Oh my gosh, shut the front door. Why don't I have these colors? Because I'm scared of color. You guys know that, especially if it's like purpley or... Right, Trace? She's yelling, that's why you don't put your brushes in the water. I can hear it. And she's right. That's how I ruin all my brushes. That's literally why my brushes fall apart. I know this. Because you never listen to me. I know. I admit it. But it's a fresh wax. You gotta smell it. Does that mean that I'm gonna take my brushes to the sink tonight and wash them? Probably not. I mean, I can admit it. Do we see the purple now? For days, weeks, years at a time. It's not years. It's not even weeks. Okay, so maybe a week. I'm guilty of a week. I am guilty of a week. I could probably say I've been guilty of like 10 days sometimes. But nothing longer. Terry's having a coronary right now. Did she just say 10 days? She said 10 days. Thanks, Trace. I'm just kind of like dipping the tip of my brush. I feel like I keep coming in here. Does anyone know how to fix comments? Live was full page and comments was over live. Now live is half page. The only thing I could say is probably go out and come back in, like close all your apps on your phone and then open the book back up. That's what I've been having to do. And I keep getting kicked out. I did earlier today, and somehow I was in like 3 different lives. And I'm like, how did I get over here? So then I had to go back out, come back. I don't know. It's something, the book is doing something wonky. That's all I know. I have no idea. Hi, Sandra. Hey, Miss Della. That's what I would do. Check maybe if you have an update. Because I know with the last update, my phone didn't automatically update. I had to actually do it. If you have an update for Facebook, if that makes sense. And I'm going a little heavy on this purple. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I really like how shiny and beautiful it is. So I'm just going, I'm going in. Kind of wondering what that purple would have looked like just over the white. You know what I mean? Because look at that purple. Just over the cream. I'm honestly starting to wonder, like, how pretty would that have been just over the cream? Which I may have to try. Because that would have probably been beautiful just over the cream itself. But like I said, I've never used it before, so my theory was I still say the way it looks on my hand that we all need an eyeshadow. You think you need this egg? See? Look at that. Isn't that insane? You think you need this? It's so super cute. I love her. I love that bunny. So do we soft touch the bunny? We could do that. I'm going to let this dry though. And then, wow, when you lay that down and you look at it in the light, that is definitely purple. It's definitely got that violet and it looks so pretty with the florals. I know the camera doesn't always capture it, but because it's chameleon, yes. I don't know that you can, it just depends on the way the light hits it because it's that chameleon wax. They do have eyeshadows like that. I bet you they do. I'm sure they do. It's not what I wear. I see Terry with it. Yes, it is called Wax Paste Chameleon Violet. So it's the Chameleon Wax Paste in Violet by Pen Art. I wasn't here when you started this egg. Is that clay? It is clay, Judy. It is clay. And then we use the new Decoupage Queen frame mold. I used this one, and like I was saying with these, because this isn't like super thick and you can actually move it. So if you look at how this is shaped, it's kind of got that like longer look to it. But when I took it out, I just kind of laid the paper down and then stretched this around the paper to give it more of a rounded appearance. And then the top here and the bottom here are the top pieces of this frame and the bottom of this frame that I just kind of molded and cut out. Now I want to see if, I just want to see what this looks like because I feel like there needs to be like a little something in the center. Eggs from last year, but still packed up. Girl, unpack them. Easter's almost over. So this one's actually really, I actually might like that. The purple's pretty. Let me see, do I have 2 purple? I do, but I want to know if I have 2 of those iridescent, and I do. Okay. So I have this one. It's kind of like, it's going to bring out those purples. See what I mean? Maybe we don't do purple. We just do one of these. Or is that too small? That's awfully small. Maybe I don't do that. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. It seemed like a good idea at the time, right? Maybe not a good idea. I don't know that I like it. It's too small. I think what I honestly, guys, what I think I want to do is I want to go back over. Y'all, don't get angry with me. I'm going to go back over and I'm going to dry brush this. I'm going to give this time to kind of sit. I'm going to dry brush this with white. Yeah, it's way too small. Like it seemed like a really pretty idea. And then you put it in there and it was way too small, too dinky. I'm going to go over this in some white and then go over it again in that purple to brighten it up a little bit, I think. And I think I'm going to like it that much better. So I will fix that after this dries, and then I will post a picture once that's finished, because I think I'm going to like it that much better if we go over it with, you know, some white and then bring that purple out, because I feel like it's almost too dark for me. What do you guys think? Or do we like it like that? Like, this area is too dark for me. Maybe that's the only place I really feel like is super dark. I could fix those 2 areas, because she's kind of pretty cute. And she's kind of pretty cute. Can you put one in the center of the bow? Even the center of the bow, that's what I was trying to do. It just seems very small. Does that make sense? Like, it's just, they're not substantial enough. I think maybe if it was a little bit bigger, it would look cute. But it's just not substantial enough. It's like, it's too tiny. Does it make sense? I thought they were bigger. They looked bigger in the package. They're perfect for probably a smaller egg, which I may be doing. So, all right, well, that's what I got, guys. That is it for today. And then this is the one we started working on, but it's going to have to dry. And then I'm going to find something to put right up here. Like, I want something to come this way up here, and then something to come out down here. And we may fine line this, but we did use the Chic Borders mold. We used that itty bitty one up there to go around the seal of the egg. And then this paper is the Spring Animals. Guys, it's so pretty. So you have all, we totally could have used that deer on there because I ended up not using the frame, right? But then you have that bunny, and then there is 2 florals here. So just a floral there and a floral there, and then the baby lamb. And then the other one, this is so cute. I love these papers. I was so glad I got these. These are the spring bunnies. They're just adorable. Look at this one. Do you see that bottom one? I was thinking cute. They're so cute. So if you're looking for any of those, or any of those new molds, any of the new stencils from the spring release, you too, Miss Trish, just click the link down, pinned down below by the comment section. And like I said, you're not going to find those on Decoupage Queen or TH Decor currently, because they do give exclusive to, oh, my words just left me. Someone help me out. I know Sue or Terrier in here. To retailers, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. So for the next week, that's where you're going to find them. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Miss Terry. You have a beautiful night too, Miss Sybil, and I will see you guys all same time, same place tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're working on tomorrow. Maybe we'll take a break from eggs and figure out something else to do. But thank you for being here when you literally could have been anywhere else. It means the absolute world to me, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.